Okay, here we go with Rabbeinu Yona on Pirkei Avos. We're up to Perek Dalid, Mishnah Tes Zayin. Zok the Mishnah. Rabbi Yaakov says, the proizdor. This world is compared to a proizdor, which is a hallway in front of Olam Haba. So the imagery is Azoi, the famous Mishnah. This world is like the hallway into the ballroom, into the dining room. A person has to fix himself, has to masakin, has to work on himself in the hallway before he walks into the dining room, into the grand ballroom. As you know, if you're going into a very chashuv event, you're going to a wedding, you're going to some big political dinner, so you're going to make sure before you walk in that you fix your tie and you make yourself look all good. So to this world is the hachana. It's the preparation for the world to come. So one better take advantage of the opportunity in the hallway to prepare himself for the big dining room. Zok the Rabbeinu Yona, proizdor who based shar, it's the hallway, the gate into the big room. Haskein atzmecha, the proizdor k'deish tarklin triklin hu habira. That's the big room. That's the big palace. The entire tachlis of this world is to reach the world to come. We discussed this past Yom Naraim, where we were saying from, I think of Chaim Friedlander it was, that on the one hand, of course, Olam Haba is of the Olam Hazeh, Olam Haba, as this mission is telling us, Olam Haba is the main one, right? What's the main part of the structure of the building? The hallway or the dining room? We put much more effort, much more koiches into designing the dining room, but it should look beautiful in the hallway. This world is the hallway. On the other hand, this world is the main world in the sense that whatever we do in this world, that is what we're going to have in the world to come. If you look at it from that vantage point, as far as my obligation, as far as what I have to do, is I have to make sure in this world I take advantage of all the opportunities that I have to chaparayim, the chacham leiv yikach mitzvahs, to take all the mitzvah opportunities and all the Talmud Torah opportunities that I have in this world to make sure that I make the best out of this world, and then my world to come will be a gewaltige world to come. So the truth is, this is we don't rate Mishnayos, but Lamaisa, this Mishnah, if one would really internalize this Mishnah, it'd be a different life. If we walk around constantly realizing that this world is just the hallway, it would be an under 11, it'd be a different life. That's Mishnah Tez Zayin. Mishnah Zayin, hu hoya oimer. So Yaakov would normally say, Yafa sha'achas b'tshuva u'maisim tovim b'olam hazeh, mikol chayil maba. So he's continuing on the theme of comparing this world and the world to come. Olam hazeh and Olam haba. And he says, it's better to have one sha'ah, which means a moment, lavdafka 60-minute hour, or even a sha'ah zmanis. It can refer to sometimes a half hour. 1 unit of time in this world with tshuva and maisim tovim, repentance and good deeds, is worth more, is more geshmak, mikol chayil maba, from all of the world to come. This makes sense with what we just quoted earlier. I think it was from Chaim Friedlander, that this is the world of Asiya. This is the world that we could do things, we can make a difference. As the Gro was crying on his deathbed, and as Talmidim asked him, Rebbe, why are you crying? And he said, because in this world, for a few rubles, I can buy tzitzis and be become a mitzvah and give myself schar that we can't imagine. The world to come, I can't do that anymore. So, Yofa Sha'achas in this world of tshuva and Maisim Toiv, and then all the Chayil Haba. The Yofa Sha'achas shall koiras ruach b'olam haba mikol chayei olam hazeh. And it's better, it's more yafeh. The Sha'achas, one moment there of koiras ruach, of being with the Kodesh Baruch Hu close in olam haba, than the entire olam hazeh. Zokt the Rabbeinu Yona explains the Rabbeinu Yona as follows: Shebishok tana b'olam hazeh adam marviach ha'olam haba. In a small moment in this world, a person can achieve his world to come. He can get a tremendous lot in the world to come. He brings what we have in the Medrash Rabbi in Perek Samachei Chav Beis. Ma'isa shel Yosi ben Yoezer, shehayoytze leharik. Yosi ben Yoezer we had is one of the zugos. We had him early in the first parak in Pirkei Avos, and he was going out to be killed, to be murdered by the government. Who went off and he converted to a different religion. He was a Rasha. He hated the Yidden. Roichev al Sus, and this Yid, this Yoyakim, was riding on a horse. Amalei Chazi Susia the Ark of Achmarach. So he said to Yosef ben Yezer, you see the horse that you're riding on. No, you're riding on a horse to go be killed. B'chazi Susya, the Ark of Maron. You see what my master is riding me on. Your master, Yona Kadosh Baruch Hu, is riding you on a horse to be killed. My master, the king, I'm a minister. I'm riding on this breed. There's this gavaldige horse. It says, Yoakim, if this is how a Kadosh Baruch Hu treats those who go against what he says, so imagine me, who listens to Hashem. Imagine all the more schar I'm going to get. So Yoakim said to Yosef ben Yezer, you're telling me that that whatever happens to me, it's going to be better for you. But you're the biggest Oved Hashem, and look what's happening to you as a flaw in your logic. You're saying, he thought he meant in Olam Hazeh. You're saying that the tzaddikim will have a better time than the Rishonim. But who's a bigger tzaddik than you? And look at you, and look at me. I'm on a much higher darga in Olam Hazeh than you are. If this is what Hashem does to the Oisei Ritzoyne, to the tzaddikim in this world, Kal v'chomer l'oivrei Ritzoyne. Kal v'chomer, he'll do it to the Oivrei Ritzoyne. Zogt the Medrash weiter. We'll explain all this Medrash soon. Aber belieboi ke'esh ben oiris, pirish haven bedvarv ki amar. He understood, Yoakim understood what Yosef ben Yezer was telling him. Im toiv l'rishoyim oivrei Ritzoyne b'alam hazeh kol kach. If it's so geschmack, it's so good in this world to those who go against the Kadosh Baruch Hu's word. Alachas kama v'kama l'tzadikim b'olam haba. The kal v'chomer wasn't to this world; it was to the olam haba, the world to come. If this is the schar, this is what Kadosh Baruch Hu gives the rishoyim in this world, which is the world that they're being active in. Imagine the schar that Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to give the tzadikim in their world, which is olam haba, the world to come. Kitiya had toiva kfula mechupelas v'toiva sarashoyim al-mazet. The toiva that the yidden, that the tzaddikim will receive in the world to come will be many, many multiple times fold more than that of the Rishonim in this world. The Shama ain't Shalom, the Rishonim, and there's no peace for Rishonim. And if you think that tzaddikim having a hard time in this world, imagine how bad it's going to be in the world to come. However you see a tzaddik in this world is downtrodden, Yosef ben Yezer is going out to be killed, and to you that looks horrible, imagine how much more so is going to be the punishment for the Rishonim in Olam Haba. When Yoakim heard this, he was makabel upon himself the 4 mises of Bezdin, and he actually created a contraption that administered all 4 mises, and he died in Kedis Hasim. Rabbi Yosef ben Yezer Tzadik. So Yosef ben Yezer said, in one small moment, this Yoakim got into Gan Eden before me. So Yosef ben Yezer was on his way to be killed. After he was killed on Kiddush Hashem, he's going straight to Olam Haba. This Yoakim said of Yosef ben Yezer, this Yoakim got to Gan Eden before me. So this Dr. Ben Yona is what our mission is referring to. It's referring to the fact that it's unbelievable what one moment in this world, what a Yid can accomplish. There are similar Gemaras, Gemara in Avodah Zarah Daf Tzachni with was it Rabbi Elazar ben Dordaya, who also was Kohen Olam B'Sha'achas. Yesh Kohen Olam B'Sha'achas. And Rabbi Danasi, when he heard the Maisa, he cried. The question is, why did he cry? When Rabbi Danasi heard a similar such incident where a person was doing Averis, and he was Chayzer B'Tshuva, and he died on the spot, Yesh Kohen Olam B'Sha'achas. So it was Rebbe crying because Nebuch, he had to learn Torah all the time and keep Shabbos, and this other person did whatever he wanted. And then in 1 second, he got into the world to come. This Yoakim had a Geshmak Olam Hazeh with the minister in the government. He had all the riches, everything he wanted. And then in 1 second, he got Olam Haba and Nebuch. We have to keep the Torah mitzvahs our whole lives to get it. That's not why Rebbe cried. Rebbe cried because of what Rabbeinu Yona is saying here. It's shot in our Mishnah Pirkei Avos. You see the value of time. You see that in one moment, a person could go from a Russia who's getting a spot deep in Gehenna, and in one moment he could be mocked and Yosef ben Yezer to Olam Haba, and they'll be together on Olam Haba. You see the value of every second we have in this world, and in that sense, this world is greater than the world to come. In this world, Mikol Chai Olam Haba. Vein Shevach says the Rabbeinu Yona. Vein Shevach Olam Hazeh Ki'im Lezeh. Gam Shlom Al V'Shalom Hamabil Olam B'Sefer Kehelos and Mekoy Mismaatim Meshevech Chaim Ben Min HaNesim. Shlomo Melech in Kehelos is always pointing out Hevel Havalim, everything in this world is Hevel, it's Havalim, it's garnished. Gam Oisai Shevach Eina Ki'im L'Tshuva Ma'asim Tovim. Even when Shlomo Melech, is being Meshevech this world, he's being Meshevech Chaim Ben HaNesim. That's only in the context of Tshuva Ma'asim Tovim. The only advantage that a living person has over a dead person is in Olam Haba. So what advantage does a living person have over a dead person? That's that he has the opportunity for Tshuva and Ma'asim Tovim. A person is judged when he dies. After that, it's already too late. The Mishnah ends off. The All the Nevi'im prophesied for the days of the Mashiach. So they were able to tell us what's going to be in the Yemaisa Mashiach. Famous pasuk in Yeshaya, that an eye has not seen. No one knows what waits in store for the tzaddikim, for the yidden who did mitzvahs, the reward for the mitzvahs. No one can see, no one can anticipate what that reward is going to look like. Ma'arav tuvcha. All the good that you have hidden for those who fear you, the Rabbeinu finished this mission with a tefillah that HaKadosh Baruch should be mezakas. We should all be zoichet to get to that point very quickly. Let's see Mishnah Yud Ches. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar Omer al tartze teratze es chavercha b'shas kasei. Do not try to appease your friend when he is angry. And don't try to give him the chama. Don't try to comfort him when his deceased relative is in front of him. Don't ask him during his neder. We'll explain what that means. That's the third piece of advice. And number 4, and don't try to see your friend when he's going through a hard time, when he's going through a kilkel, when he's doing something wrong, doing an aveira, or he's in a compromising position. So Rabbi Shimon Allah is giving us 4 pieces of advice. Number 1, you should not appease your friend when he's angry. A person gets angry, and he gets angry at you. Let's say you did something. I don't know. You sat in his seat in shul. There you sit in his seat. He's so chashuv. You didn't realize it's his seat. Right? It happens sometimes. So don't try to appease him when he's all worked up. So Rashi says, it's not going to work. He's not going to be makabel. He's not going to accept your appeasement because he's angry. It's a psychological reality. When a person is angry, he's not in the position where he can be appeased. You should wait till he cools down. The Gemara brachas daf zayin imratzin lo adam b'shas kasoi. Shneimar panay alecha v'anichaysi lach. Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu, wait until my panim zu'umim go, and then come and ask me for forgiveness. Zok the Rabbeinu Yona a step further. He takes it to a step further than Rashi does. Shali deizeh zok the Rabbeinu Yona yova loymar dvarim she'enam mehuganim ki yosef kas al kasoi. Not only is the ritzu, the appeasement, going to be ineffective if I try to do it when my friend is angry, but I'm also going to cause him to do more averis. When a person is angry, we say, Kol mine gehenim sholten by, dacht sich mir, it's a Gemara in Shabbos. The Kol mine gehenim sholten by, when a person gets angry. It's kilu oivid avodah zarah. At that moment, not only will he not accept what I have to say, but he's going to say things he shouldn't be saying. So you can argue, he doesn't say that Rabbeinu Yona, but I can suggest maybe it's even a lifnei iver. To try to appease someone when they're angry, you could be causing this yid nebuch to violate more averos. You have to be makabelit, you have to suck in your gut and just deal with it. And then when he calms down, you go over to him, and then it'll work out. I try myself. I have a minimum 48 hour. Whenever someone offends me, right? So I know that I'm upset. This is the other side of the coin, right? I know I'm upset when I get offended by someone. So I try to wait l'chatchila 2 weeks, and then in 2 weeks, see if it really bothers me, and then respond. If it's a burning zach, 2 days. And I can tell you 99.9% of the time, I don't end up saying anything. That's an exaggeration. 96% of the time, I don't end up saying anything. Sometimes I do, but most often I don't. B'shas ma'is, it's pashut to me that I have to tell this person what he did. It's a chiyuv gomer. I have to be mechiyachim. But after a few days or weeks of just letting it sit on me, I realized, you know what? The guy's still Meshugana sometimes. I'm not going to fight with Meshugana. Even if he's not Meshugana, he had a bad day. Is it worth it? Mamash, it's worth it for me to come and say something to him. Had I not done that, it could have been a whole big machlokes. So the person, if you offend someone else, don't try to be meratzim when he's upset. And if you yourself get offended and realize that you might be angry and it's not kedai to respond until you calm down. So that's the first piece of advice. Advice number 2. Don't try to comfort him when his mace, when it's a raw wound right in front of the person. That's not the time that he's able to accept being comforted. Oh, everything's to the best, and the Kadosh Baruch Hu knew that this relative had to be taken away, and it was such a tzaddik, and he's in a better place. Do me a favor, don't start giving words of comfort when the wound is still open. It's a gaping wound and it's raw. Zokt Rashi, that if the mace in front of him, he's not going to be able to mekabel tanchumin. Zokt Rabbeinu Yona, ki b'shas ha'itzav and hanachama moisefas alav kas. Yovel lemed dvarim lo toivim. Again, Rabbeinu takes it a step further. Not only will the person not be able to accept the words of comfort, but you're going to make it worse. You're going to be moisef kas. You try to comfort a person when he's not ready for that. That's going to cause him to get angry, and again, he's going to say things he should not be saying. So again, it's azali fnei iver. You're going to cause him to do things he shouldn't be doing. There's a time for reconciliation. There's a time for comfort, and there's a time not for those things. Advice number 3, or halacha number 3, we could say, Val tisha le b'shas nidra. A person's upset, he makes a neder. You know what? I'm never going to Ruvain's house again. That's what he says. So there's a concept in Hilchos Nedarim called a Pesach, which means that if after a month or 2 he realizes that he feels bad, he was so angry and it's so hard not to go to Ruvain's house, his best friend Ruvain, he wants to be shoyal on his neder. He wants to go back on his neder. So he goes to a chacham. The chacham is matir his neder. Okay, or shlosh idiotis. That's what we do. Erev Shana ataras nedar. Now, so what did they ask him? Okay, if you would have known how hard it would have been, if you would have known that he's making the Sheva brachas for your child, so then would you have made the neder? No, and then you come out to the neder. But when this yid makes his neder, I'm never going to Ruvain's house again. So I tell him, even if he's making your kid Sheva brachas, even in that case, even if he's sick on his deathbed, even if Rosh Shiva is coming to visit his house, and that's the only time you're going to see it. If you ask him when he's making his neder, even in this, that, and the other circumstance, you still want to take this neder? He'll say yes, yes, yes. And then he'll have no way to be shoyal on his neder. He'll have no way when he really regrets it to go back on it. So therefore, says the Rabbeinu Yona, lo yishol mimenu she'elus min ha'psachim shel heter. Kloimer, adayta dehachim min adarta. Are you making a neder even if the Rosh Hashiva comes, even if he's making your child Sheva brachas? Kibodenu kos noider, because when he's angry, he's making the neder. That's when he's making the neder. Yovel lefarish kol she'elus. Whatever you tell him, say even in that case. Even in that case. The Yasidim beneder put into the neder. Al derech shlo yuchal limtzu leheter v'nimtzu ki yugam le'ra. You're going to cause your friend evil. You're going to cause him that he'll be in a bad state, and he'll never be able to be mad to the neder. So don't do that when he is upset. And don't try to see him when he's in a situation that he's not looking so good. If he damaged someone else, let's say, you see a car accident. The shul parking lot, and someone's backing out, and he offended and he swipes someone else's car. That's not the time to start staring. Or he did something he's embarrassed about. You shouldn't stand there and cause more insult. You should go away. You should go away and zog a parak to him. Everything should turn out well. That he shouldn't get into a fight with this guy, and that he should be able to pay the damage that he caused. But it's not the time you should be staring at your friend. Have a wonderful day.